paperwork. Okay. It's nice dry wood, so it's really hot shavings. Not going to spend a lot of time turning because you all do that. The only thing I'm worried about on sanding, I already did the backside to 400. So is this space right in here in the edge. Because in step 3, we're actually going to turn this deeper.
Is there an optimum grit that you go to?
The paperwork says 400. I do 600, but not today. Unless everybody wants to see how to sand. Whoop. Maybe we'll only go to 320. That was 220, this is 320. And the greenier the wood, the better. The samples that I have are more grainy than this maple. Thank you. And I always tri-fold the paper because it doesn't get near as hot on your fingers. I think that's well enough for this piece. So the next step, and the rest of this, well, all but one step, are off the lathe. So you spray aluminum oxide on your surface. That helps the paint adhere to the wood. So this is, and it's supposed to set at least 2 hours, or overnight is best. I guess I don't need that on to talk. So I sprayed this, I don't know, Thursday, I think. And I sprayed 2 coats. So that then hot glued a handle on it so that you're not leaving fingerprints on it when you dip it. So that is all sanded, ready to go. So that will be the next step. I'm going to come around front for that.
Aluminum oxide, you said?
Yes. And you can get it on Amazon or, you know, in that handout that's part of your newsletter. It's pro something that you can get a starter kit. And the starter kit comes with vinegar, ammonia, emulsifier, and different colors of, and that's what this stuff is. Now this bowl here actually has the solution in it. And you need to make sure you don't have any bubbles on it because the bubbles will show up on whatever you're doing. Unless of course you want bubbles on it, then yeah, it works really well. This is plain water with shavings in it. Because after you do the dipping process, you need to solidify it by just plain water and wash some of that off. But every step of the way, like after this, you have to wait. It says a minimum of 2 hours before you turn it. Overnight's best. So I mean, it can be a 3 or 4 day project, but if you're doing 3 or 4 different things, you know, you can get away with just do this and let it set. And I actually use a dryer, heat gun, to dry the solutions, and that seems to work pretty good.
So what's in the first, what is in that? It's water plus what, vinegar?
The question is, what's in the first one here? Water plus?
Vinegar and then the emulsifier, and I didn't bring it with me. The thickener. It thickens. It's food grade. And it, there you go. Yeah. I've got it over there somewhere.
So what was it called? Neplo I didn't hear him.
It-
Methylcellulose for the
Yeah.
people online.
Is that aluminum oxide, is that spelled out in the handout?
Yes. Yeah, everything in the handout is there. It's the complete setup.
Another name for it is alum, is a statement, so.
So what we're going to do, and this is violet, we're just going to put a couple drops in here in different spots. And they sell combs for doing this also. But I'm cheap. I use a piece of wire and just move it around. You can create a design if you're talented. If not, you do it my way. You can see that the paint, some of it has gone down to the bottom. You can pick it back up with a wire.
Is there any particular reason you use a wire instead of like a popsicle stick?
The wire gives you more detail to it. I mean, popsicle stick, you'll get bigger pieces. Then all you do is submerge it. And you end up with whatever you're using all over it. And the water does not wash it off. You can use different colors. I mean, it doesn't have to be one color. You could do 5 or 6 different colors in there, but they start sinking real fast. You don't need to buy the acrylic paint made for this. You can go to Hobby Lobby or Walmart or someplace and buy the little tubes of acrylic paint. You have to thin them out. And the test is when you put just a small container of the solution, the methyl, whatever it is there. But try your paint in there until you get it to float, because straight out of the store, it goes very straight down to the bottom. So you got to thin it out and just thin it out with water until you get a consistency that stays on top for a while. So, and say that's a lot less. I mean, this kit is like, I think it's $15 now, because I bought it a couple of years ago for $12. But so you get what you need. You get all the different compounds. You get 4 different colors of paint, plus, you know, they say that you should use ammonia in here to help it dissolve. That stuff does not dissolve easy. I mean, I've got an electric apparatus that spins like 14,000 RPMs, and it still, I mean, it just, and the bubbles all up and you can't see it, so then you got to wait for the bubbles to disappear and then do it again 4 or 5 times to get it to dissolve. The ammonia helps, but it's still not fast.
Now, if you wanted to do that again, and say, put some red on there, can you put layers on that, or?
I've never tried it. I understand you can.
The question is, can you put multiple layers on the same one? Like, now do red. And the answer was yes.
I'm not sure that it'll adhere because of the rinse, but we'll give her a try.
If you weren't pressed for time, would you reapply alum again?
If you weren't pressed for time, would you reapply the alum?
I'm sure you could, But again, it's got to dry for a period of time. I'm just going to blot some of this stuff off here. We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
So it's not as distinct as what the purple was, or violet, but it's there. So I don't know how many colors you want to do, but I would do them all at the same time. And what I've done in the past, I've done the yellow and blue, making it try to look like Michigan colors, but and green and white, and yeah, so. And then again, that's got to dry. They say it's best overnight. So then your next step, back over here, is to turn the inside.
No on the top. Yeah.
He gets paid pretty good for it.
Trying to get in his way as much as possible, you know. It's been my memo lately.
He can take all the shavings home.
Yeah. So we can zoom way in on that. Okay. Do you find the bowl gouge is the safest way to do that inside? Or the bottom feeder, I mean?
Yeah, the scraper I find works best.
Round bottom bit scraper is what I meant, yeah.
And you just kind of watch the back so that you don't go making a ring. Then you're back at the sanding stage, and you want to be careful that you don't sand your paint back off. We've got 220 is what we'll start with. See, I learned about this a couple years ago, about Walt Wagner that done that paper that you have, did a demo. And it fascinated me, so I thought, yeah, we're gonna try it. And the nice thing is you're not restricted to wood. You can do it on paper, you can do it on leather, you can do it on glass. And the colors are kind of muted when you get it done. I mean, here the cranberry is pretty loud, but you can hardly see the yellow. But when you put a finish on it, they pop. I use rattle can lacquer for almost everything I do, and because it dries fast, and you can sand it back off or whatever. And of course, you can't with this, but with just regular wood. So, and that's not sanded completely; it's still got some tear out in it. But for demonstration purposes, I'm sure everybody wants to watch sanding. So those are the 3 stages. And I say because I did them that way because with different steps, because it takes so long with the drying period and so forth.
What finish would you put on these? What finish would you finish it with?
Lacquer, spray lacquer.
Spray lacquer.
That's what I have some pieces that I've done. You can pass them around or whatever you want. And they're the same thing, and it's just a clear lacquer over it, gloss because I like gloss. We have a piece that Tom Pettig had done some time ago also that brought it in, so you see that there's different aspects to it. It's not just you can make designs. If you look, even the back of that's done. It doesn't have to be flat. That's got different colors on it.
We got one question out here.
My understanding is that you can reuse that solution by cleaning the paint off it.
The question is, can you reuse the solution by skimming the paint off it?
Well, this one here you can't because it went to the bottom. So, but you can still mix it up and do something else with it. I mean, I put it back in a jug and the paint all settles down to the bottom, and then I gently pour it back into another jug because the paint will settle. So I just put something over top of it, keep shavings out of it, and it'll some of it will be like this, but it's okay for a background. Now in the 1600s, when they were doing this for insides of books and so forth, they had different chemicals, of course, but the same type process, and they did paper in it, and but that kind of went away. I don't know if I can bring that up enough. Well, we're not going to fool with it. We'll just put more in it.
Slide it this way a little bit. There you go, right there. You can tell your joke about what's balloon smells like red.
So you can make, say, it doesn't have to be wood. It'll do it on glass. Paper doesn't have to be treated. So that makes it a lot faster. So again, you take some of the solution off with that. Any other questions? Sir? Uh-huh. Well, it's all in, they sell, or you can make a comb, which is a bunch of wires on, like a paintbrush, only they're farther apart. And typically what they do is just twist it a little bit so that, you know, all the different pieces hit. And they had them at Michael's a couple months ago, and I didn't buy one because I just use a wire. I went back Thursday, and they don't sell that stuff anymore. So it's like, okay, I can't show that then. But I guess if you want to take a piece of wood, cut a whole bunch of pieces of wire, you could make one. Because that's all that is just wood with wire in it. And say they're pretty, the ones I looked at were like 3/16 of an inch apart, the wires. I don't know how they got them all the same length, but yeah. A machine, I'm sure.
I've seen, yeah, just with a board with a bunch of nails in it too.
Yeah,
Or you can buy a grooming tool for your dog.
exactly, if it was coarse enough. But it all depends on the shape and design you want to make, that, you know, you could do whatever. That's the nice thing about it. You don't have to be artistic, because I'm not. Maybe autistic, but not artistic. Anything else?
Have you tried other finishes on that make the paint run?
I have not. All I've ever done is lacquer, and I figured if the lacquer will hold up, all the other finishes should. Because lacquer pretty much eats into anything.
Any chance you could put those other sample pieces on the table so we can see them online?
That are going around the room?
No.
If and when they make it back.
There's one coming up the side here, right behind you, Ross. Other side.
See, the grain of the wood makes a big difference in it also. The maple's pretty plain, but it shows up. I tried sapele. It was too dark. Unless you use white.
Yeah, so I would be interested if you paint it first, like a black background or a white background, and then put this so the wood grain isn't competing with your design. Can you do that?
Question was,
I
repeat
don't
that
know.
question. If you paint it first,
Yeah, and then put your marbling on top of that, so it's not competing with the wood grain.
yeah, and then put the
If
marbling on
the
top
other
of the paint.
paint would stick to it, because the aluminum oxide might eat it away. Yeah, but it's it's trial and error. I mean, there's no, I don't think there's any given way to do, you know, this is my way, there's other ways, and sure, there's better ways.
Any other questions? Questions online? Boy, online's pretty quiet today. Last month we had a lot of chat questions going on. All right, well, let's give a big hand to Ron.
Thank you.